PTSA card. So I appreciate Carolyn inviting me to present today. I'm excited to talk to you guys about how you can import your members and anything else MemberHub related, happy to chat about as well. So I am going to go ahead and pull up our Wisconsin test unit, which is something that we just use as kind of a test unit to show you guys how to do some things. And then I'll go ahead and start sharing. Has anyone ever had to import members before? Show of hands. Yeah. Found it pretty simple using the import tool. Okay. So when you want to import your members, I'll start off by saying, of course, the easiest way to have membership is to sell it in your MemberHub store. So that way it takes all of the administrative process off of you guys as PTAers or PTSAers, getting all those great membership numbers to do any sort of like administrative work. And you can focus purely on the fact of what membership offers and increasing membership and engaging your membership. So I'll start off with that, saying that when someone purchases membership from your MemberHub store, all of this is automated for you. But in the chance that you take cash payment or check payment, or you do some sort of other way that you gather that information, this is how you're going to import it or add those cash check members. You're going to come to your membership portal here, and you're going to click Manage Members. From there, if you just have a couple to, add, I would say probably less than 10, it's actually a lot simpler to just go ahead and add them as a cash check member. From there, you'll select your type of membership. Again, this is a test unit, so it has all kinds of funky things in here because we've played around in here quite a bit. But you would select from the dropdown the membership that the person purchased, and then you would simply fill in the rest of this information. So as you can see here, my mouse is all of a sudden not working either. I'm having all the technical difficulties. So you can see from here that you would just, oh, come on. I am so sorry about all my technical difficulties, you guys.
Don't worry about it. We all have them. I'm just happy my internet is working today.
Right? So you can see here that you would enter the person's name, any other information the basic information of first name, last name. You do need a single type of contact information for adult members. So that could be the email or the phone number. Student memberships do not need a point of contact. So you can just enter their name and number. Their first and last name. Of course, when you enter a student information and you don't give it contact information, then they will not receive their membership card in an automated way. The only way that someone receives their membership card in an automated way is if you provide their email address. So I just like to make point that you don't have to add it for a student member, but if you want the student member to have a PTA or PTSA card, then they do need to be it has to be sent to them somehow. I'm going to show you also another way that you can send it to them or print it out for them. But just know if you want it in an automated way, you do need to provide that information. So when you go ahead and you add on all of that information, you simply click save, and then that person is added to your membership. Now, if you're going to import members, you would simply click import and you would download our template. The template is an Excel template. It requires first name, last name, email, or phone number. It requires the membership type. The membership type does need to match your membership types in your MemberHub store. So if it's called individual membership, it needs to say individual membership. If it's called parent/guardian, it needs to say parent/guardian. And then it asks for the ending year. For example, if I was importing members this year, I would put in the year 2023. I would not put in 2022-2023. I would not put in 2022. I would put in just 2023 because that is my year ending. If you're doing this for next year, you'll do 2024. You fill out that template. You save it to your desktop. You select that these are contacts expecting to hear from you, that the list was not purchased, obviously. You click add CSV, which is the type of form that it would be. And then, oh, now I'm in the way. Gotta get these people out of the way. And then you would simply click import and everyone would be imported. Any questions about adding people individually or adding them as an import?
Yes, I do. So, and I think I talked to you, Valerie, a couple of weeks ago before
Okay,
spring
Brenda.
break. Yes,
Yeah.
hi. And so you uploaded some of them with the first name, last name. And
Mhm.
so then I had to go back and I had to delete all the ones that didn't have a first name. So my
Right.
question is,
Right.
my question is, how come some of them came up with first names and last names, and then some of them did not come up with any? I mean, everything was fine except for the first name.
So I don't know if you remember, Brenda, that you had actually imported prior to calling me and talking to me. And so that's where it didn't come up with the first name. And I don't know exactly what you did there, to be quite honest. That was the import that you did prior to me. And I think maybe
Right.
the file might have not have been perfect or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
Right. And so then when you had done it, I went back, deleted again. Then I uploaded the file that I sent you, and it did it again. So then I
think there's something wrong with the file that you sent over. Because I remember when you and I had spoke that you actually didn't use our template, that you tried to use the export that you did and then just make it look like our template. And I think that might have been the error message.
I think I sent you over both templates. The one,
right, and one was messed up and one wasn't. I remember that we did have a couple of issues, but I think it was
so if I have the one template and I switch it over and I just copy and paste everything from there to MemberHub template, should that work?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
that's what okay. So I thought that's what I was doing. I was doing it from the MemberHub. So we have it exactly how you have it.
Yeah, I would love to just help you with this. If you just want to send me your raw data, I'd be happy to get your site all done and all of your members uploaded, which I think is what I had responded when we spoke right before spring break.
Right. And so, and then I went on vacation after that. And so
yeah.
just
no worries. We're connecting back again together.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to this meeting and talk to you. But also, let me ask you this other question, because we had done that and I had deleted everything, putting it back up again, is that going to mess up?
I think that
because I think there's people that are on there, but they've been voided out. And so when we were trying to put Howard, I can't remember his last name, holy cow, Howard something. But anyways, it's a father's son. The father is in there. And I don't know. And that's another question I need to ask, because when we put the father's name in, his email is different than his son's email, but they have the same name. So do I need to put like a, what's that?
The identifier is the email. People can have the same name. I'm sure there's another Valerie Licata that is much prettier than me who exists and maybe would like to buy PTSA membership at Farnell Middle School. It does not matter that they have the same name. The identifier is the email.
Right. But so when we put the son's name in with a totally different email, it says something to the fact, and I can't remember, it said like, is already in the system, but he's not in the system. Like the email should not be, because it was the first time putting him in there, is saying he's already in there, but we're like, no, he's not.
Okay. I think that there's just been a little bit of a domino effect in your account specifically of trying and retrying and trying and retrying.
That's what I was wondering.
I think that there's just been a little bit, yeah, I think you're in a little bit of a unique situation. So
Oh, great.
let's connect. Let's connect offline on this, and I'll get
I
you
would
guys
love to.
straightened away. I'll work with our
Okay.
support team to maybe just kind of clear it out so that we can start fresh. If you could just give me a little bit of patience and you could send over that raw data to my email, then I'm happy to help you through it.
Yeah, thanks.
Valerie,
Yes.
I have one question in the chat and then two hands raised. So the
Sure.
question in the chat is, are you able to share the CSV file? And that came from Melanie.
Sure. Hang on just a second. So sorry, I'm so multitasking here today, ladies and gentlemen. So the CSV, you just click download template and then it will download for you. You don't need to be, it doesn't need to be shared. You can just grab it from here.
Does that cover your question, Melanie? You're on mute.
I understand that, Valerie. I was just saying, can you show that to us on the Zoom here right now? What it looks like? If you're
Sure.
not able to, that's fine.
I can, you're just gonna have to be a little patient with me. I just
That's
recently
fine,
also
dog.
got a new computer and it doesn't have Excel yet. So I have to do
It's
a
a
little
CSV.
extra to show you what that looks
I'm
like.
sorry, don't worry about
So
it.
this
Then
is
you
just a
can't.
class, this is just a series of classical errors. It feels like, you know, a Monty Python movie or something like that. So give me 2 seconds and I'll show you what that looks like.
Carolyn, while we're waiting, Wendy said she's in the waiting room.
She dropped off.
Yeah.
There's no one in the waiting room.
All right. Oh,
Here's your second chance to insert a corny joke. Come on.
Sorry, Kellen, it's lunchtime and I'm driving now, and I don't want to mess up anybody's day with my driving jokes.
Come on, another one with some corny jokes.
Corny jokes are good.
Maybe I'm originally from Iowa, not New York.
All right.
I'm gonna have a joke. Oh, okay. We're back. You gotta wait.
Nope, let's hear the joke first. That's so much more interesting.
Where do you get your dad jokes?
Where do you get your bad jokes?
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. Oh,
Bad
that's
jokes. Oh, tell us, Thomas, where do we get dad jokes?
Dado base.
Say again, please.
In a dado base.
and a dad.
Ah.
Very cute.
That was cute. Thank you, Thomas.
Here is this gorgeous spreadsheet we were all waiting so patiently for. So first name in one column, last name in the second, email. Remember, you just need email or phone number for adult membership types. The part that gets tricky for most people is member type and school year ending. So member type, it does need to be exactly whatever membership is listed in your MemberHub store. So if you call it individual membership, it needs to say individual membership. If it says parent guardian, it needs to say that. Student, whatever it is that you call the membership, it does need to be exact. And then the school year ending is well, I know it sounds kind of straightforward, but it is 2023 for this year, 2024 for next year. And it goes from there.
Melanie, does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you, Valerie. Appreciate that. Thanks.
Melanie, no problem.
The first hand that I see is Bert Miller.
Hi, Valerie.
Hey, Bert.
If they're importing their Excel spreadsheet onto your CSV? Does it have to be a certain font?
So our guidelines on our support site says that the size font and that sort of thing matters. I haven't seen that in practice, but the support article is there. And that's a great reminder to just kind of show you guys our support article that does go through this whole process step by step, as well as many other things MemberHub related.
Because as you know, that school that you were talking to earlier had a font issue. The
Don't,
font
I
wasn't important, right?
don't know if I saw the data. I think it was the,
And I haven't heard of the font issue until Wednesday.
I have not seen that in practice. So what I'm going to say is that what I have seen is that there are characters you can't see basically when you copy from one spreadsheet to another. I am no spreadsheet expert. I know basic formulas. I am not like, do not hire me to be your Excel spreadsheet guru because it ain't me. But what I do know is that when you copy from some spreadsheets and paste into others, there are like hidden characters and spaces. And I honestly think that that was more the issue than the font issue. But as I mentioned, our support center does walk you through, or our support article does walk you through this. And it also, our support team is always easy to connect with via chat as well as through email. So just like to point out those things as well. And so when you go to go to support.memberhub.com, you can click member tool for member import tool for local units. And then you can go through this great article that does walk you through step by step how to do all the things I just chatted with you about. And it does talk about common import problems like errors in member type and school year ending, invalid and illegal characters. So sometimes that could be a hyphen or a character over a letter, you know, if they have a name that, you know, like the E's and, you know, and Enya. So it does talk about some of those things in that article as well. But I have not seen font matter personally, but that's that. Is that helpful, Bert? Not helpful?
Yeah, I just wanted, because I haven't heard of it and it got brought up to me this morning. So I just wanted to.
I think that data was, I think Brenda's data is, I think Brenda's import situation is unique. And it's gonna help her through it. We're gonna get through it, Brenda.
I have one more hand, Valerie, Karen
Sure.
Mazzola.
Hey. Oh, I can't hear you, Karen.
Story of my life. A couple times I heard you say, you know, you don't have to get the student email address, but my concern is if you are using MemberHub for your newsletters or any communications, your student members are not going to receive them. So I wanted to point that out. And then, gosh, the second thing dealt with the whole issue of downloading might not be an issue if at your membership events or where you're sitting out, we normally just have a couple computers and tablets or our phone and we say, scan this. You can go on there right now and enter everything for yourself.
Yep.
And that's, and we at my high school have never dealt with a spreadsheet because we're having the people input. I never see their credit card. They're putting their stuff in for them and it goes straight in. So
yep. I actually at both at the elementary level and at my middle school level, and I totally understand that not every this does not fit every community, but we've gone to no cash and check memberships, only And we've seen increases at both schools. In fact, my middle school has never reached over 500, and I think we're at like 530 right now.
Thank you, Karen. Does that take care of what you needed? Awesome. Back to you, Valerie.
Yeah, of course. Any other questions about imports, membership, getting your MemberHub set up or your membership set up in your store? I can answer any of those questions or just any random MemberHub question at all. Happy to help. I think Charmaine raised her hand.
Charmaine? Oh, I see Charmaine and then Melanie.
Thank you. So question for you, for those that's online, when you, when memberships are purchased on your MemberHub, do your membership automatically goes to Florida PTA? Do that information, those funds automatically, the portion of Florida PTA funds automatically go to Florida PTA?
So that's a great question. It is not, oops, I did not show the right one. Hang on just a second. That's a great question and a common misconception, to be quite honest. So it does not automatically send your funds to your to Florida PTA. What it does is automatically calculate. So let's talk through that. And I'm going to share my screen. So after you've imported all of your members, it works for whether you've imported, added them individually, or they've purchased through their MemberHub, through your MemberHub store. Any one of these ways still gets you to this promised land, which is that your membership dues are calculated for you. And that you are still responsible to go and hit the button and pay your membership dues monthly. So to do that, you're going to go over here again under memberships, remit state dues. And then you'll see, again, this is a test unit, so don't mind it. You won't see previous years, hopefully. You'll only see your current year. And so it is calculated for you. It will show the dollar amount owed for X amount of members. And then you will see a button right here that says send an ACH payment. You do have to put in your banking information to send that ACH payment. It is a $1 fee for each time that you send it. And once you enter the ACH payment information the first time, it will save for all of the other times.
Can I have a follow-up?
It does not automatically go, but it is automated for you to send.
Yes, please.
Thank you. And thank you so much for that. And I know you said that, hopefully you do not see that 2021. And this is just me as the VP of membership, just answering asking some of the questions just to get some clarity for those that's on the call. Where it says you owe the Wisconsin PTA for 40 members. So if you had not submit your memberships in the previous years, or you're missing some submissions from the previous years, is it likely for you to see multiple you owe Florida PTA X amount for 2022, 2021? Is it likely or no?
It would only be likely that it would be 1 year, more than well, I would say, and that would maybe be a state office thing, but more than likely, if you haven't submitted in that many years, you probably are out of compliance.
Yes.
And your MemberHub has probably been shut off. So that would be a compliant that a state office would have probably more information on that than I would. I've seen it where at the beginning of the school year, you might have some past due from the end of the previous school year, but by this time in the year, it's usually cleaned up.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that clarification.
For sure.
And we have Melanie with her hand.
Yes, going back to the upload, the file upload. Once it's uploaded, will MemberHub let us know if there was an issue with any of the
Yes.
information?
Yes.
And how would they do that?
So it pops up and it says this many valid rows, this many invalid rows. And then it says, would you like to see the invalid report? It's a link that you click, and then you're able to download that report that shows the invalid rows.
So it would
I'm
pop up right away, you're
unable-
saying?
It pops up right away. I'm sorry, I'm unable to demonstrate that. I could potentially send a link out later of a video where I could maybe try to mimic that. But that's what happens. It pops up right away and you're able to click that report.
Does that answer your question, Melanie?
Thank you.
No one heard anything that I said. Bree Rooney, you're up next.
Thank you. So kind of a follow-up on the general MemberHub question. What is the turnaround time when additions, changes, uploads are made in MemberHub? Is it automatically seen and viewed, or does it take time to process that?
Are you talking about like importing members, or is that what you mean?
So anything, so if
Anything at
you're
all.
doing the
That's a
import,
great question.
I know, so do times vary when certain changes are made or certain additions done in MemberHub?
Would
Or
you
is
be
it
able to
pretty
give
much
me an
automatic?
example of a change that you're speaking of?
So
For-
the first
okay,
one,
Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
the first one is, so say you're at an event and you're using your QR code, like Karen had
Oh, it's
discussed, and those
instant.
members, you instantly see those members on the back end. Okay.
Yes.
If you're importing the members like we're discussing today, those become instant as well?
Yes.
Okay,
mean,
perfect.
Granted, Wi-Fi capabilities.
Okay, technical, yeah,
yeah,
we're all
it-
about today.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, instant. For
Okay,
sure.
perfect. Just
Yeah.
confirming, thank you.
No problem. You do see purchases, instant, all of that stuff.
All right. Our next question comes from Wendy King.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi, Valerie. I'm sorry, I'm on my phone. Quick
No.
question. A unit wanted to find out what is the difference between the free platform and the paid platform? Are there more benefits towards the paid versus the free?
So we actually, no, there is no difference. The paid platform is just for those organizations that don't have the wonderful partnership with Florida PTA that we have. So those are PTOs, boosters, other nonprofit organizations. They actually pay for our subscription, whereas all Florida PTA member units get their MemberHub subscription for free because of our relationship with Florida PTA.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All righty. Anyone else? Okay, back to you again, Valerie.
Well, I have nothing really more to add other than I'm completely accessible, except for when I'm on a school location, apparently, with a new computer. So completely accessible, easily to get a hold of. Carolyn already did me the great favor of adding my one-on-one booking link into the chat. I know that most of you are council leaders, and so please, 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 please share my link with your local units. There are many of us who do this, who work with units one-on-one and to help them with any of their MemberHub needs, whether it's membership or store or fundraising, communications, all of it. We love one-on-one. You guys are not alone. You don't have to be the experts. I'm happy to be the expert. I'm happy to be a partner with Florida PTA and be able to do this stuff with you guys. So please make sure you save my one-on-one booking link and share it with your local units anytime that they have a question. I'm also super available for council trainings. If you are in well, I'm in Hillsborough. So if you're in Hillsborough, Pasco, Pinellas, maybe somewhat further out than that, just slightly, I would be happy to come in person. If you are further out from the Tampa area, then I am happy to do Zooms. You can you know, we can set a day and time in the evening. I've done it with plenty of other county councils to, you know, host an evening workshop to just kind of talk about MemberHub, any questions. So I am a resource that I am happy to be abused. So please abuse me.
Thank you, Valerie. We do have one additional question. Adeline, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm still laughing from your last statement.
Abuse me situation. Yeah, I'm happy.
A question about the store. Is it possible that we can adjust where the categories are placed on the when people view our store?
Yes.
So say, for example, we have an item that we're selling, but we have an event coming up sooner and we want to like swap those two categories. So that way people can, that's the first item that they see before they view the other items on the store.
So what you're talking about is more about sorting your products than sorting your categories, but you can do both. So you would go to your manage products listed under store, and then you click this sort button, and then it is just a drop and drag to decide what you want to be visible first. So now this, you know, gift basket extravaganza entry ticket is now first instead of the t-shirt extended sizes. So it's just a drop and drag situation, and then it'll appear that way in your store. Same thing for categories. So if you go to manage categories, you're able to drop and drag to the category that you want displayed first on the left-hand side.
Awesome. Thank you. And then
You're so
you
welcome.
actually just made me remember another question that I have. So we are doing retail. So we're selling items. T-shirts specifically is my question regarding when we're tracking inventory. So we're tracking the sizes and the colors that we have on hand. Say, for example, we run out of a color. How do we let the system know that we don't have that color in stock anymore? So people cannot purchase it.
Sure. So when you set up your item, you can actually turn on inventory and add all of that information in there. So if you have red and black t-shirts, and then you have them in small, medium, large, you will say, I have 10 black smalls, 20 black mediums, and 30 black larges. The system will then keep track of that inventory and mark it down. And so it knows when you're sold out. Now, let's say you do a cash or check. You can also add that into the MemberHub system, so you can keep all of your reporting in one spot, which is really great for treasurers. They really like that. If you use our swiper, which allows you to take in-person payments, it will also keep track of your inventory. And if you want to kind of explore that a little bit more, we can chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adeline. Bert, you have another question?
Well, no, where's Brenda? She moved around. Brenda, can you tell everybody how many members that you're trying to import?
I think she's got I think I remember.
Yeah. So I'm trying to import, we have over 700 members. We're trying to import, I think around 669. So it's around 669 because we have a certain amount that we do not have phone numbers or emails that I'm trying to collect. So I was just actually kind of, while I'm listening to you guys, trying to go in there and see exactly how much we were trying to import, which is, I can tell you right now, 670 is what we're trying to import. There are some that are already imported that I just left. The other ones that didn't import just didn't import with the first names. And that's where Valerie and I are gonna go back and try and figure this out.
Great job. I just wanted everybody to know how many members you had that you were trying to import.
She's done a great job of increasing membership at her school. She's really has.
Yeah, we've been working really
Brenda.
hard.
Keep it up.
We're working really hard. We're trying to get more teacher involvement with the PTSA, trying to get their membership. So that's where I'm kind of getting focused at now, is with the faculty at the school.
That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Brenda, you and your team, for all of your efforts.
Thank you. We appreciate.
All right, I don't see any other hands, Valerie, and I don't see anything in the chat. Thank you, Valerie, for joining us on such short notice. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you again this evening at 7.
I'll be on time.
That doesn't mean that we will. but
Okay, all
thank
right.
you.
Well, it'll just be payback, but I promise
All
I'll be
right.
better this evening.
So thanks everyone for joining us this afternoon. Just a couple of Florida PTA events that are coming up. Of course, this coming weekend, we have our 2023 Legislative Conference, which will take place in Tallahassee. I hope to see many of you there. Following that, April 14th is the kickoff night for our centennial celebration, where we'll be at the Florida PTA office with a movie night. I won't tell you the surprise movie that we're going to watch. We'll have some pizza. We'll have tours of the office. You'll get to meet members of the EC, members of the board of directors, as well as our office staff. And if you've never been to the office, it's a great time to stop by and see your building. On April 15th, we have our fundraising Centennial Celebration Luncheon, which will be held at Second Harvest. Both of those events, you can register using the constant contact information that you received. If not, please take a minute and go to the Florida PTA website where you'll find all of that information. There, you'll also find an opportunity to be a part of our future by contributing as a sponsor. Woohoo, starts at $20,000. I know there's somebody on here that wants to take that, or there are several other categories where you can donate as a part of the Centennial Celebration. One special one is $19.23, which is when we were started. So please take the time to visit, and if you can, make a contribution to our future. Following that, May 6th, we'll be in Orlando for our Reflection Celebration face-to-face, the first time since 2019. We're super excited to get a chance to celebrate our students, have their families take some pictures, and I know they've been missing that, and to congratulate everyone on a job well done. And then the Piece de Resistance in July. We have our 2023 Leadership Convention, which is shaping up to be fantastic. If you were at convention last year, you know that we had a great space at the Omni, but this year we have our own entire building in their conference center, and it is beautiful, and we'll be all together under one roof. Couple of new things. We have an internet cafe where if you were there last year, you know that in the basement, there was a little bitty snack shop. We're going to have a snack shop in the building where we will be. In addition to that, there will be tables and chairs and an opportunity for you to sit down, purchase breakfast, because we will have the breakfast vouchers again this year for the members of the board and for others to purchase. Charge your phone, relax a little bit, not during class or general session, but at other times. We know that you will need a little bit of refreshments. You'll need a little bit of time to take a deep breath. The internet cafe will be there and available to you. We have some different setups for our workshops and our general meetings. Again, a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what, but I know that you will enjoy it. So if you've not yet registered for Leadership Convention, general registration opens up on the 23rd. So be on the lookout for that. Register early and bring someone with you. Hopefully a principal, superintendent, a teacher, your children, or another board member or local unit member. We look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. If you know someone who would benefit from the information that Valerie shared today, please ask them to come back this evening at 7 p.m. and we'll look forward to seeing everyone then. Thanks, everybody. See you later.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye. Thanks
Yeah.
again, Valerie.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
And enjoy
See you
your
tonight.
Yes, come back.
Oops, Charmaine.
More questions.
Oh, it's okay.
See you, Gamal.
Waiting for another dab stroke.
Bye, Mary.
Probably.
I mean, I got the joke, but
We'll save it for this evening and come back and share it with us.
I can't guarantee I'll be back for the evening, but I'll save it, sure.
All righty, thank you. All right, so I put the others in the waiting room. Maybe they'll get a hint. They probably stepped away. All right, thanks everybody for being here. It was a good session. Like the rest of us, technical issues happen.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so I'll see you all this evening, those who can join.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Good.
All righty.
Bye.